So if you're a bit of a younger guy, let's say early 20s, maybe 18 plus, you might have encountered situations in the past where, you're out, you're doing a session or something, and, you have a good vibe with a girl maybe, and then all of a sudden she finds out about your age, and then all of a sudden she's not so interested anymore. That's quite common, and it's kind of to be expected some of the time. And yeah, sometimes there's just not much you can do about it really. It's like sometimes you're just going to get screened out. It's a bit like, if the girl thinks you're not tall enough, for example. Girls 90% of the time, they want the guy to be taller than them. It's the same with age a lot of the time. They want the guy to be older than them. So yeah, as a younger guy, it can be a bit of a struggle sometimes to actually get things happening, when you're just approaching in a big city and the majority of the girls are just going to be older than you. So you kind of have to think, like, where can I get girls who are going to be, more in my age bracket, or at least a bit more likely to, take things forward with me. So as a younger guy, I would definitely recommend uni campuses. They're by far the best places to do this kind of thing. You might already be at uni, in which case that's fine, that's fantastic. But if not, then that's probably where you're going to want to spend most of your time when it comes to doing day game, pretty much. And it also has advantages as well, because if you can sort of blend into that environment, then she's going to just assume you're like another student, or if you don't go to that place, then maybe you know people there, etc. So there's kind of some sort of implied social proof there as well. And it's just going to be a lot better. You're going to get girls who are going to be a lot more receptive, and they're going to potentially want to see you again. Much more. It's going to be just basically a lot more efficient compared to just going up and down, the main high street in your city, where the majority of the girls are just going to be older than you. That's what I recommend. If you look at like some of the American prank videos, like Big Doss TV, Steven Shapiro, stuff like that, you'll see that, like, those guys they seem quite successful, like on the surface level, when you watch those videos, and they're just clowning around. They're not being even that serious, and they still seem to be doing quite well. So if you actually go there with genuinely good intentions and trying to make something happen, then you can just sort of tell that, yeah, it's going to be very, very successful. The environment is kind of chilled out a lot of the time in these uni campuses. You've got students coming and going from lectures, meeting friends, whatever. There's a lot of young people in this concentrated space. So that's kind of why it's really, really effective. But not only that, also the fact that most guys that age are kind of dorks. They don't really approach, and they kind of lack confidence. They lack masculinity as well. So if you can sort of display that stuff, the girl is going to be quite impressed, and things are more likely to happen. Basically, it's kind of something that I wish I could have done when I was that age. But yeah, I didn't even know about day game back then. But if I had known, then yeah, it would have been amazing. And actually, if you are a younger guy and you're trying to get into day game, or you're already doing a bit of day game, then you're actually extremely, extremely lucky, because like most guys that get into it are usually in their like late 20s, 30s, even 40s as well. So yeah, you're definitely lucky, and I absolutely wish I could have got into it when I was that age. It would have been amazing. But you have to start somewhere, and yeah, you can't really dwell on the past too much. But yeah, it's just a case of just using your situation, what you're doing, to your advantage. So sometimes it is a case of just going to certain locations which are going to be better than others. Everyone's going to have their own sort of preferred types of environments, just generally when it comes to day game. Some people prefer the high street just outside, some people prefer inside, like inside shops. Some people prefer more chilled out environments like parks and beaches and stuff like that. So yeah, but I generally think that for the majority of younger guys, uni campuses are definitely going to be the best places for day game. Just because of the fact that the girls are going to be of the generally same age bracket, so more likely for things to happen, but they're also going to be more receptive and more chilled out anyway. If I even like older guys have considered going to uni campuses, because the girls are attractive, they're young, etc. And they're kind of in that sort of more sort of fun mindset where they're not necessarily thinking about, you know, having a long-term relationship, and they might be up for a bit of a fun kind of relationship, that kind of thing. But there does come a point where, you know, you're going to get too old for that, and it's just going to feel a bit weird. It's going to feel a bit dodgy if you're an older guy just hanging out in like uni campuses. But certainly if you are a younger guy, then yeah, take advantage of that. And if you are a younger guy and you are at uni but you're not approaching and you wish you could, then you definitely should. I mean, do what you need to do to actually start approaching. You know, it's going to be absolutely amazing if you can actually start doing it. It's going to do wonders for your social skills, your confidence, and your dating life. And the sooner you start with this stuff, the better the more experiences you're going to have, and the better your life is going to be. So that's just basically what I recommend. Thanks for watching. If you want to be able to do what you see me do in these videos, head over to my online course, which covers pretty much everything you need to know about Daygame to get to a good level and actually implement it in a manageable way. Link is in the description.